I had no idea that Boosie and Dawgface was beefing. That's crazy. Right before Dawgface blew up and went on this campaign, cuz dropped in my DM and was like, "Hey, let's do some work." I'm like, I agreed. He never got back. Next thing I know, I see him just. And the homie from See the Block Pyru had hit me up back then too. Was like, "Hey, Dawgface want to come on the boo boo." I'm gonna have to follow up with the homie, but him and Boosie is beefing allegedly, and it Music 101 seems to believe that it can get deadly. I don't even know what they beefing about, but no further ado, we finna see what these two have been up to.
The Boosie and Dawgface beef got potential to start a deadly war between Detroit and Louisiana. I'm gonna take y'all back 2 years ago to how the beef started. Then I'm gonna show y'all how the intense back and forth transpired 3 days ago. Make sure y'all smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Music 101, the Street Report, and I'm back with another video. Let's get into it. Dawgface is a YouTuber slash podcaster from Detroit. And 2 years ago, he sent shots at Boosie for selective politicking. He called out all the street guys for snitching. But when QCP was exposed and admitted to snitching, Boosie never said nothing. Dawgface also spoke on Boosie not having enough muscle to beef with Rollo. Wait, this video is sponsored by Free Cash, the app that's literally paying people to play games. All you gotta
you commented on Boosie selecting or picking sides on on snitching, man.
I fuck with his music, bro.
Right.
And I follow his career. You know what I'm saying?
Boosie know damn well T.I. got on the stand on behalf of the prosecution in the murder trial against Hosea Thomas when his boy Phil lost his life, rest in peace. And Hosea Thomas, T.I. was assistive in the district attorney, the state successfully securing a guilty verdict and a 65-year sentence against Hosea Thomas. As a matter of fact, T.I. was considered the star witness on the prosecution's team. And Lil Boosie know that.
Up until the point where he got locked up, and when he came home, I supported his wave and what he stood for. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was saying. It was what it was. If you a hood nigga, you a Boosie fan, you know, because he talked that shit all the way up to the point you got in that motherfucking interview and took the low road out. You hear me? It was what it was.
Now, did that take his gangster card?
Oh, so I'm gonna leave that to the public to decide. You had everything to say about every case that came up, sitting down with Vlad, every situation that came up, when Vlad asked him about a rapper or some type of entertainment personality who got caught up in where they put him in a situation where they told him off, from the Boston Richies to the Gunners, the whole thug situation with the YSL people. You know what I'm saying? The people who may have told on that situation, Terrence Gangster Williams, the 6ix9ines. He had something, the Spotting Golems, he had something to say about all that. You know what I'm saying? And he also had something to say about people who were in support or couldn't see that what they was doing was wrong. He had something to say about that as well. So, you know, yeah, nigga, once you break bad, you break bad.
Yeah.
I'm letting the Pelicans have that. Because according to the same rules that he was applying to, in terms of when he called them boys rats, same rules apply. You can't just, pick and choose when you want to keep a G or not.
Y'all remember when All-Star JR got arrested for shooting Ben 10 in Houston?
Altercation originally, and it appears what they were doing was trying to take his chain.
And these posts was made by Boosie account. And when Boosie was called out about it, first he said,
"Hey, all in the D, bro. I don't know how that shit got on there. I was fishing. My phones was in my motherfucking back pocket. As you can see, ain't no typing on that. I saw this.
He sounds stupid as fuck.
When I got my phone, I deleted that shit. I'm not getting no mix, man. I'm a real. I don't get no mix, bro. Like, so to all in the D, bro. Like,
that's just
that wasn't intentional, man. I had my phones in my back pocket. I ain't chasing for no, man.
Once he deleted it and the messages came back, he said,
"Bro, somebody has hacked into my Instagram, bro. They keep putting the same post back up after I've been deleted it about the Detroit shit. I thought about me fishing, sitting on my phone and shit there, but that's somebody that hacked into my shit, bro."
Dawgface commented and said, "Hey, Detroit, look at y'all man Boosie celebrating the fact that All-Star JR got snatched up by the feds. I've been telling y'all for years that this wigger old." And 3 days ago, Dawgface posted messages between him and Boosie after reposting the clip. of him speaking on the Boosie and Vlad situation.
Boosie asked for a $5,000 bump in his overall pay for what he was getting. That would have put him at 30,000. He's already getting 25,000 per interview. Yeah. Boosie's not getting 25,000 for a show. You're getting 25,000 to have a seat in a chair for no more than 2 hours and having a conversation. And then you have to understand what's going on with Boosie. Boosie is in the twilight of his career. More people, more YNs know Boosie for his interviews with Vlad. They do.
I will always say that was a bunk move, a very bad financial move. No matter how he tried to paint it, no matter how he tried to claim he don't need it, missing 25 for a conversation on a repeated basis throughout a year is an L. There's no overhead. It costs you nothing.
Him for music. Boosie ain't had a hit record how long? Right? So being on Vlad, it kept Boosie current and kept him relevant. It all started because of the whole 6ix9ine thing. When he heard that 6ix9ine...
You act like it's 2, 3, 4, 5 Vlads out there bidding for his conversation. He didn't understand Vlad is a person that's a fan and has the privilege to sit here and create a world where he's a fan of the culture. And he's able at this point to compensate people that are pretty high profile, just about almost anybody, to sit down, not only help build his brand, but also help fulfill his desire as a fan to be connected and understand more. He has risen from just a fan to a person of prominence in this culture. And Boosie got it fucked up that Vlad's personal appreciation for what Boosie represented to the culture has something to do with Vlad needing him to actually sustain relevance.
Received $50,000 for an interview.
Yeah.
What he said to himself is, how much pay a rap? And who's a Mexican on top of that? More you paying me, and I'm a legendary figure. I'm a legendary hip hop icon. That's what drove him to have that conversation, trying to renegotiate his pay. So he was pocket watching, simple as that. He was just mad because he felt like the 6ix9ine is a snitch. The 6ix9ine should get paid more than him. He felt like his net worth, he felt like his net value to the overall equation was higher than 6ix9ine. And what?
Boosie responded to the clip and said, I don't need a podcast to eat, unlike y'all wiggles. 25K 6 times a year. I made that 8 weekends in a row. I pissed 25.
You don't throw 150 away for just sitting there having some conversation. I don't give a fuck how fly you try to pop it. That's ignorant nigga business. That's how you end up in the situations they claim that Mayweather in the situations that Braun are in, not respecting bread.
Okay, Dawgface responded and said, at Boosie, well, I said what I said, now go sit your A in the corner. Boosie responded and said, I ain't pocket watching nobody, bro. I don't care what nobody got at all. I'm doing me as always have did me. You think I'm worried about making 25K 6 times a year? You must don't know me. I make that in a weekend. Matter of fact, I just made over 130K 7 weekends straight and $1 million on Boosie Bash in one night, laughing out loud. I pissed 25K. Wigga, I throw a dice game at my estates 6 times a month and cut 20K every game. Wigga, I don't need a podcast. I got money coming in 8 different ways. Chips, movies, music, 4 shows a week. Wigga, I spent 100K on a film that made $4 million. Wigga, I'm never pocket watching. I'm like that. I just know my worth. But I don't need a podcast to eat like y'all wiggers. Podcasts need me. I'm living.
About needing it. Who said you needed it? If you don't need it now, you didn't need it every time you sat down. And if it's about what you need, how could you need that small increase in pay if you got so much and it's not about need? What was you doing the podcast for in the first place? And if it was for something other than need, what's wrong with continuing doing it for that reason? These niggas ain't really got no conversation. They just be popping it, bro.
Dawgface responded and said, Wigga, stop the capping. You know you miss that quarter roll every 2-3 months from Vlad. Next time, keep your eyes on your own pocketbook. Boosie responded and said, nah, Wigga, you need Vlad, not me. That's how y'all make y'all live.
I understand Dawgface putting his feet down out here, getting his name known. But what business do Boosie have being such a big boss, even entertaining this type of Twitter finger back and forth interaction? Cause this is goofy shit for a nigga that's world renowned, known as a real nigga. Explaining yourself and arguing back and forth with a nigga. You don't knock it off.
25K ain't no money, my wigger. Well, not to me. It take you 10 interviews to get 25K. That's why you think it's a big deal. What you getting? 2,500 an interview? You the one should be asking for a raise. You better get another hustle. It's plenty out here. And you
wasn't pocket watching. You speaking on other man's pocket right there.
You got good content. Stop letting these wiggers pay you crumbs. You want the fame or the money? Dawgface responded and said, nah, hold up, player. What type of E you smoking? Must be that moon rock that got you tripping. I'm loaded around this beat. You need to say sorry to Vlad, and maybe I could put in a good word for you. But you ain't getting 25K no more. You're worth about 7,500. Boosie responded and said, I told you I pissed 25K. And I just saw a clip. You said Wiggers trying to get you locked up. Wiggers sending it to your wife. Wiggers doing all kind of ussy it to you to knock you off your pivot. Make sure it's worth it. All money ain't money good, especially when it's crumbs. You supposed to be an OG. You should know that. And bro, I just made 1 million in one night off one show. You think I give a fuck about 25K? I'm not missing that 8 at all, Brody. You see who keep bringing it up? Vlad, not me. That's shopping money, my wiggle.
But you got to explain why you was sitting your ass down there running your mouth to get that all the time. Then if you didn't give a fuck about it, you got to make it make sense.
I just told you, we cut that in dice games 8 times a month on 6 and 8. Your city know how I eat. I'm getting 80K to come to Detroit next month and 25 for that after party. I'm him, 105K. And that's one night, that weekend. You do the math. And I don't got a manager. I get everything. Dawgface responded and said, nah, I heard what you said, player. That's good bread. But you know you done upped up by turning the quarter roll down because you was pocket watching 6ix9ine. Do you want to come back? I got Vlad on speed dial. Say the word, and I'll call him for you right now. Laughing emoji. Boosie responded and said, nah, I'm straight, bro. I don't up with dude no more, bro. I'm good. I'm not one who would do anything for money. I stand for something, bro. I was raised different.
Boosie putting too much time and energy into this conversation. This is goofy.
Dawgface responded and said, I ain't forgot that little it you tried to pull on All-Star JR either. It's all good, my wiggle. But let me tell you something now. I got your attention. You a legend. Stand on that legend and hold the crown properly. You got millions of young black boys who look up to you because they don't got no daddy or real OGs. You got a responsibility to more than just the hatch. Boosie responded and said, somebody hacked my page and that's how that shit went in the comments. Think you got motherfuckers trying to take you down and you're not even close to my level. They told me you was trying to start some Louisiana and Detroit it. Guess it ain't work. 100. Fire emoji. That shit ain't gonna work on me. Try that it with someone else. Good try though. Dawgface responded and said, use your influence for more than trying to check a bag. Boosie responded and said, well, I talk to juvenile facilities every week, group homes and all kind of it. You just don't know it. I do. It ain't no mistake why I'm loved like this. You just don't know. If you think I'm just about checking the bag, you just don't know how many woogers I look at who bitches with money. Money don't make me respect no one. Dawgface responded and said, you trying to talk slick when I'm trying to be civil? Don't make me mad. Do more, wiggle. Your music is responsible for a lot of deaths and destructions in the hood across America. You can't do enough correcting your wrongs, you fucking Baton Rouge satanic demon. You're just like Ben 10. You can't see the error of your way. Do the Ben 10. Boosie responded and said, effing podcast ass clown, laughing out loud. Stop bringing Ben 10 and JR in our conversation. Detroit don't F with you like that, no way. You from
This nigga Boosie goofy. I can't believe he's still going.
Pontiac. Wigger talking about a demon. Clown, you don't even go to church. Dawgface responded and said, let me explain something to you. You saying Detroit don't F with Pontiac is like
Oh, how many demons at church?
saying New Orleans don't F with Baton Rouge. It takes more than an hour to get from Baton Rouge to the NO. It takes less than 20 minutes to get from the Yak to the D. And even though the Yak is smaller than the D, you will still get your fired up just as quick. You better do your research before your driver reroute your next visit. I done had your exact location every time you done been in Detroit, Wiggle. The only reason why you've been allowed to leave untouched is because your relationship with R from DD. Don't make me forget.
Why is you saying all this, Dawgface? This shit is crazy. If these are all real things you saying, why are you saying them? Why are you documenting this?
Get me and him are friends. And let's just say Boosie didn't take that lightly. So after Dawgface told Boosie he have his location every time he in the city, and the only reason he good because his relationship with R from DD, Boosie blocked him, and maybe he blocked him because he know it's true. But my question to y'all is Boosie safe in Detroit? And will this back and forth start a Louisiana and Detroit war like Boosie claimed Dawgface trying to do? Y'all get in the comments and let me know.
No, you gotta be safe because ain't nowhere in the world Dawgface with the maturity I do see him possess going to allow himself to get caught up in one of these cases that this can potentially bring with all this documentation. He got to be using this for troll bait and manipulating Boosie to interact with him to just keep his name in the algorithm. And if that's the case, shout out to him. Shame on you, Boosie. You supposed to be way bigger than this. On my mama.
Get you some money, you gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You gonna feel different.
Like Net Hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.